What's going on? Let's see what we got going on here. Let me set everything up. I should have been ready by now. I had to walk back to the kids'
What's
school.
going on?
Oops, hold on. Turn that off. Boom, boom. Dashboard. Go live. Watch me train live. Perfect. Cool. How do I sound? Do I sound far? Do I sound low? Oh man. Gotta set everything back up. We were just flat when I left to walk the kids to school. What's up, Broham? I was just about to text you to tell you that I was on. I didn't know if you got the notification. Let me set this up. Oh, we took a quick dive. We were positive when I left. Sounds a little low. Okay, hold on. Let me change some levels. How about now? I'll keep increasing it till it gets right. Voice of an angel. Thank you, K-Bar. You're a funny dude. All right, let's see. Apple. Block. Let's see. Change that to trading view. K-Bar, what's up, man? How's Costco doing? I haven't got there yet. What else are we looking at? Apple, Microsoft. Where's MSFT? We're going to go with Amazon. No, let's do Facebook first. Amazon. Let's do shop. I do like shop right now. Let's see. Much better. Thank you, Broham. Keep an eye on Roku. And the wild card. Let's look at JPM still holding steady. Oh God, here comes the beast. Stop, dude. All right, man. Come on. Oh. All right, man. Come on. Chill. Chill. All right, hold on. It's like wrestling a grizzly bear. All right, let's see. What other Fang name do we have? Wasn't Disney up yesterday? Like pre-market or something? Or post? Tried taking a stab at it earlier via shares. Which one? Oh, Costco. Yeah, that's tough. Nope. Come here. Let's see. NVIDIA. I know. I should have had all this ready before. Get down, dude. All right. So let's look at the indices. See what we got. Let's get my ugly mug off the screen. Wanted to make sure you guys knew I was alive and well. All right. So we got a clear rejection. Double top, 4,600. This is on the daily time frame. Rejected a couple times. 1, 2, 3. Just shy of 4,600. So they probably trapped some longs right here in this green candle bar. Sold off. Lost the ADMA. So where do you guys think that I think this is going next? What's going on, Hubs? How are you, man? Thank you for joining as always. Did you get the morning pump in or what? That's right. Golden pocket. To me, we don't have a reason to go up. And until we do, we will just chop around. All right? Let me turn this light off. It's bright. Okay. So, we're trapped under the ADMA on the daily. Clear rejection. I mean, very clear rejection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 6, really, when you think about it. So we're trapped under there. Nothing to push us up. Earnings did nothing. Amazon is a sea hair away from losing 3,000 and the ADMA. I think if it loses the ADMA here on the daily, the entire market will flush. So something to keep an eye out for. The ADMA is 31.18. That's right. I just saw this. The golden pocket. You're right, Gage. So, like I said, if it sneezes too hard, we're going to be down 100 points on SPX. This is Amazon I'm referring to. NQ is not any prettier. All right, so we got, make sure I drew these fibs right. I guess I could have went from here. Yeah. Okay, so we got a clear bounce from the golden pocket from the reverse side. All right. I don't know anything about Elliott wave, but seems about right. Rejected, clearly bounced right off the point 618 and made our move down. So where do we go next on NQ? Do we come back to the buy here, must hold? Fix that up a little bit. 1 second, let me let the dog out. Hey, over here. Okay, I'm back. So this has flushy written all over it. Create some liquidity. I don't know how many people are trapped long, but I'm sure there's some flow to tell me that. Apple's really just chopping around. It's really chopping in a very tight range. What's that? 176 to 171. So that's a $5 range. I mean, this is as tight as it gets. You know. And it's done this for days. That's pretty ugly. Microsoft loses 300. I think we're going right back down to 285. Maybe test this again somewhere down here. I thought we had some shot at the, let me try that again. Shot at the golden pocket. So maybe I drew that wrong. I didn't take a trade or anything, but maybe we pull from right here. And that makes a little bit more sense. You can see everything lined up when I pulled from the upper wick right here. So look at these touches here. And this is kind of how you know you're drawing in the right place. Just look where the body of the candle lands. So the 0.786 is the last stand before getting back to the 1. It's not bullish anymore or at all once it retraces to the once it bounces from the 0.786 down. So, but look at these touches here. Boom, boom, wick. Facebook tried to get to, what's that, 247 earlier this week, or maybe last week, and just sold off again. I still think this is going down to 200. Let's see what some puts look like for next week. Does anybody know if what earnings we have besides Shop? If you guys want to type that in. Facebook $200 puts are 50 cents for next week. 205s are 89 cents. 210 is 151. I think there's some value in the 210s. I'd love to get them at $1, but you know. Let's see. Let's see. Go back there. Amazon's still holding on. Shop has earnings next week. What is the 16th? Wednesday, I believe. 1 second. So Chris in the community asked me earlier what I thought about Shop earnings. This is in a clear downtrend. There is no reason to be bullish on SHOP right now. This has a long way to go before a trend change, like a long way. And right now there really is no reason for anything to go up. Trapped under the 80 EMA, you got a big upper wick here. You know, we're not even close to the trend line. You know, that's $200 away. Where are we at right now? Almost $200 away. 150. So, not something I would play, even with earnings. The premium on SHOP moves very wildly. Let me see what the spreads look like. Yeah, spreads are pretty wide for next week. $3 spreads. It's just not. It's SHOP is like Amazon. It's, you know, it's its baby brother. You got to catch it at the right time. Even the 0-day spreads are $2. So, just not worth. It's not worth playing. Let's look at Costco. All right, now let's go to Roku first. So Roku, if you watched yesterday's video, was something that I had my eye on. Earnings also next week. What's that, the 17th? So Thursday? Let's get the calendar out. Stop guessing. Yeah, Thursday of next week. Something to keep an eye on. If it can break this channel, you know how Roku goes. RSI is not blown out yet either. Only thing that is concerning are the upper wicks here. Because if you lose the 80 EMA, you know, trading right back down to probably the mid channel. Sit. I got SHOP on here twice. Nvidia, nothing exciting here. Big upper wick on the daily. Lost the 80 EMA today. If it doesn't recover that, I look for more downside. They had an arms deal that was, you know, they need to spend money. So I'm shocked that this isn't running. And it's almost it's a clear indication that tech's just not ready to run yet, because there's no reason that Nvidia shouldn't be up. So big upper wick, huge red candle today, down 4%. I look for more downside, to be honest with you, especially if this breaks this little mini trend line here. Roku did dip. It sneezed at the upper trend line cage. Upper channel, so it balked at that and came back down. It tried yesterday and failed. So it actually may have kissed it to the penny. Let me see if I draw this a different way. If I pull it down to the actual body of the candle, you see these touches here, right? Look at that right there. So if you use the bodies and not the wicks, sometimes you get better results. Right? So body touching the upper channel, body touching the upper channel, and it wicked off that. So at one point, this red wick was a body, and it just rejected. All right, let's look at Costco. Costco just choppy. But this is a nice run. K-Bar, did you catch any of this right here? Did you catch this run here at the bottom? There's no trend line there. It's just a nice uptrend. 470 to... It's 14%. It's not bad. You know, if you exclusively play something, you're in tune with everything that's going on. So you wouldn't have got in on this. This candle here isn't an indication to go long, but this one is. This one here. Right? Nice, almost a hammer. You got a very tiny upper wick. You know, you don't get in on something like this, on this candle here. You know, if you're thinking about long trades, you know. You don't get in on this this samurai sword candle. But this one here is something worth getting into. So you got a nice rounded bottom, right? So you've bottomed out. Then you get this very big bullish candle that closes above the 80 MA. There's this 490. So this is when you start looking, okay, maybe I can go long here. Maybe a trend change is coming. We're above the 80 MA. We got a rounded bottom. Here, this candle here, you should definitely be in. Right? This one here. You look at the day, you're like, okay, I should be in this. Maybe I play 515s. I don't know what they were on something like this. Maybe they're $3 or $4, but you got nice 2 days of an uptrend. You get a test of the 80 MA, almost another hammer candle at some point during that day, and then you get some sideways chop, and probably should have been out on the chop, or maybe you think it's a bull flag. Who knows? ARBK blockchain. Got a decent uptrend. Looks like higher highs and higher lows, right? Draw the line if the trend line holds. And you don't lose the trend line. That means you don't have any more upper wicks on the next candle. It's something you can go long. First profit would be, or first target would be, click it. There you go. Would be something like that. So first target would be 1168. Second target way up here at 14. Is this one of those meme names? Anybody know? Let's see what Trading Floor is talking about. Have any lottos? Didn't even brag, just break the range. All right, let's see what SPY's doing. Let's watch it on the 5-minute. See if we can catch some scalps. All right. Look at it. We're walking into a scalp right here. Let's get the options chain open. All right. Higher highs and higher lows on the 5-minute. You want to see big volume come in here? Let's drop down to the 2-minute. See, there's not enough volume. Look at this candle here, right? Or volume bar, excuse me. Just there's not enough volume to push it up, and that's why you have this big upper wick here. I avoid the bag makers. What do you see on the weekly on forward? Give me 1 second. Okay, so we got a little bit volume increasing here on the 2-minute. There's 4 seconds left in this candle. Let's see what the next one does. It's still under average volume for this candle, but we'll see what happens. And it's very hard to trust low volume pumps because that's how people get trapped. So let's watch it. Let's watch and see how this plays out. So this candle here it didn't dwarf the red candle, the volume bar here, right? Make this. And this is what happens when you get low volume pumps. You get red candles coming up. This is a nightmare to trade. And it's what you have to be worried about. Give me 1 second. Got to yell at the dog. 1 sec. All right, I'm back. doji candle on the 2 minute. Get down, dude. Let's see what the VIX is doing. Ooh, I don't like that. What happened there? So VIX is creeping. It's not. I think it was at 21 yesterday. But let's watch some 2 minute candles. Ooh, look at that one. Yeesh. See, there's just no volume. When you can't get bull volume, you just get fake outs. Complete fake outs. If this loses the ADMA, it's gonna flush. And there it goes. Oh, kissed it. We don't need to watch the VIX right now. Let's watch some 2 minute candles. So it's holding. It's a good sign. Oh, wait a minute. There you go. There you go. So impossible to play on days like this. This is when traders get frustrated trying to play things with no volume. You know, where's the volume? Look at this. It's non-existent. There's a minute left in this candle, and there's no volume either way. No bull volume, no bear volume. You know, this is retail just playing around. You know, this isn't Blackstone or Goldman Sachs playing SPY on the 2 minute. Let's see what the 5 minute looks like. Yeah, lost the ADMA on the 5 minute. Long tail though, so it might get saved. But you know, look at these tails. You know, how do you play something like this? Muy impossible. All right, let's look at Ford. What time frame digs well for Ford? Is Ford respecting the respecting a channel upwards? On what time frame are you looking? Oh, weekly, you said. I'm sorry. Haven't had my coffee yet. No, it's not respecting it on the weekly. It's actually in a downtrend. So you got a huge run up from September all the way up to 25. I'm sorry, to January 10th. So how would you have played Ford on a weekly time frame? Boy, that RSI got hot, didn't it? 81. If you were in Ford in September, either through shares or options, you had no reason to get out until November. Weekly is great if you are playing these low-cost names that you don't have to manage, especially if you're in shares. I think if you're in shares, you should be watching the weekly time frame Mondays and Fridays. So, a second here. Let me see. And then you get out right here and chop around, or maybe most of your position comes off. Pulling back to last April. What's last April? Let's see. No, it's not going back that far, bro. I don't think so. I think 16 would have to hold. If 16 doesn't hold, then yeah, I mean theoretically, yeah, you can see it coming right back into into this zone here. But my gut tells me that this has to hold. You know, that would be the get down, dude. That would be the first stop. And then yeah, if that doesn't hold, it gets pretty ugly down here at 13. Let's see what the volume profile looks like. Yeah. Yeah, you might be right. Man, that's ugly if it comes back down to 13, 12.50. It's really bad. Yeesh. Cuts it in half from 25 to 12.50. Could you imagine? My goodness. What else you guys looking at? Should we go down my boring? Look at this. Stuff is unplayable. I think all week has been. This is actually really ugly. This is tweezer tops. There's nothing here weekly on the SPX. Man. Do we come back down to 43? I think we at least get one more test of buy here, must hold. In fact, oops. Yeah, I want to close that tab. In fact, I'm willing to place a bet on it. You can probably play both ways. Not with SPX. I would have to trade SPY because it would be a longer dated put play. So next Friday is the 18th. The one after that is the 25th. So if 43.29, that would be 432 on SPY. Wow, premium is jacked on this too. 440s are interesting at 460 on the put side. It's expensive. Give me 1 second here. Must take this call. Sorry about that. All right. I was saying 440s. $440s are worth a shot. Let's see what it does to the upside. $10 to the upside. 455s for the same time. Or $1 cheaper. What's that tell me? When the put premium, let's see. Put premium $7 down is $4. $7 up is $1 cheaper. Do moneymakers think it can come down? It's interesting. What else you guys watching? Is FOMO in anything right now? Anyone know? Got to be quick with those scalps, says Mr. Paper Hands. He's absolutely right. It's almost impossible right now. Let's look at the cues. I like the way Q trades a lot. I don't play it as much as I should. Hey, get over here. Come here. Sit. Good boy. All right. Big upper wick. And I sound like a broken record. Big upper wick. Under the ADMA. CFLT. No reason to be long here on the Qs. At least not on the swing. Look at this on the hourly. Big upper wick. I mean, this is textbook stuff. I wish I was like actively trading. It's just so hard for me to play any chop. Gotta have some discipline. But look at this. Big upper wick. Nice fake out, right? Huge sell off. Hey, put it down. This candle alone went from 365 to this is a $5 candle. You know how much money you could have made playing a $5 candle on the Qs? A 1% drop in an hour. What time was this? This was yesterday at 9:30 in the morning. Why wasn't I trading? I think I went to the beach. FOMO's not doing anything. Said come back for power hour maybe. FOMO's a legend, man. But look at this. This candle here on the hourly, here at 7:30, told you everything you needed to know. Why didn't anybody tag me in this? You guys know how I trade. I'd have took this blind. Shame on you guys. I mean, this is literally textbook how I trade. Big upper wick, lose the ADMA. Boom. And you could have swung it because you had no reason to get out as long as you trapped under the 8. I'm gonna backtrack this later and see how much it was worth, or see what the premium cost at that time yesterday. This is a 200% play. Maybe not. VIX is low. It's at least 100% play, bare minimum. I haven't really traded much this week, but these trades are here every day, though, every single day. You know, if it's anything you want to study, and you use Thinkorswim, use the Think Back feature. It lets you go back and see what the premium was like. Actually, you don't even have to do that because if you take so here, I'll show you. Here, I'll bring it into the screen. I'll show you what it looks like. So if you took 360s yesterday and if you right click and you copy the options chain like code, I guess, like it says QQQ 2022, it basically has the date and the strike. You click on charts and you paste that in there. Give me 1 second. I'll bring it in. I'll show you guys what it was worth yesterday at that time. Yesterday at 7. What time was that? 7:30? Yep, 7:30 it hit its low. It was 93 cents. All right, let me take a screenshot. One second here. Gotta change some settings. Show secondary screen. And all right, so if you see down here where it says low, this was yesterday. You could have got QQQ 360 puts if you look right up here. So all you do is copy the code and put it into the charts section of Thinkorswim. And you'll get what the premium was worth at that time. So it works the exact same way as a chart. So if you're looking at QQQ, you can look up what the premium moved like as well, just like you would the individual name. So it was 86 cents then. It is now worth trade. And I do this from time to time too. I didn't do it this week at all, but I do it from time to time. That 86-cent contract at this pump right here is now worth 539. So that's a 500% play, or maybe 4, whatever it is, whatever the math is. How can you find out what premium was worth previously? Did you just ask that? Give me 1 second. Let me let the dog out. All right, here, I'll show you. I'll show you. Give me a second. All right, so if you take... All right, you guys ready? All right. This dog, man. Give me 1 sec. All right, so if you look at QQQ, all right? So again, I went to 360. I just right-click it, and I copy that little thing right there. Go to charts and paste it. This is how you watch premium. All right, so let's look at the 1 hour time frame. So this was yesterday. Which box is this? This is yesterday, right? This is 6 o'clock. This is the 7 o'clock hour. The low was 86, somewhere around here. If you look to the far right, right over here, 178. You know, but if you mimic where it is on the chart, right? So here's 730, big upper wick. You should be eyeballing it at this point and say, okay, it's worth it. It'll cost me $1 to find out if it loses the 80 MA with this big upper wick. And maybe you get in here on this candle here at say 8 o'clock. But once it loses the 80, once you identify this big upper wick here and you lose the 80 MA, and it looks like it's clearly losing the 80 MA, you get in for $1 and it's a 1 day to expiration. You shouldn't be thinking about cutting just because you get a candle close above here. So almost treat it as a lotto. Now, if it were on a Monday or Tuesday and you get this hourly close above the 80 MA, maybe you cut it. But this is a double top now. So maybe you re-enter. You know. But this move was coming. Like this big red candle, this $5 candle was coming. And then look, it's classic. You get a test of the 80 MA here. Get another test of the 80 MA here. Right? And there's no reason to be out of the trade, even now, if you swung it. You know, you're $6 in the money. No sign of it reversing. You know, you obviously should have taken profit, but, you know, you can absolutely ride that with confidence. That's really how you trade. That's how I trade. I should have been watching this. It's been a lazy week just because I didn't want to deal with chop at all. I didn't want to chase things. I like trending markets. You know, and we really just chopped around all week. This is indecision. You know, where did the week start? What was the first day of the week? Somebody help me. The 4th? No, that was Friday. So 7th. So let's turn this on, actually. That one. That. Let's turn the weekly on. So we started the week right here, and we've done virtually nothing. Look at our range. Right? 3%. But you get chopped both ways. So we opened the week right here. Right? And here we are. We basically ended where we started. And we just got one giant move, right? 400-point move on NQ. So it wasn't worth hanging around not trending this week. But intraday it cost me that 500 percent play, because I definitely would have caught that. But I won't miss it next week. I won't be at the beach running in the sand. I think it's going to rain here in LA next week, so we get beautiful weather for the Super Bowl. We have company in town. 80 degrees. It's very hot. And next week it goes back to milder conditions. All right, CFLT. I know. I'm sorry I had you waiting, K-Bar, forever while I ranted. CLFT. CFLT. CFLT. Confluent. What do they do? So many tickers I've never heard of. Technology services, packaged software. Earnings is... They just had earnings. Must have missed. Yes, they did. Reported, estimate. No, surprise. No, they... No. It shows you what the market... what type of market we're in. Looks like they... Yeah, they beat. And still sold off. Well, that sucks. All right, let's see. This is unplayable for me. K-Bar. There's nothing here. You can draw some supply and demand zones. That's about it. Right? Play a bounce. Right? With a clear stop below 55. Let's see what contracts look like. Let's see what contracts look like. Trade. I hope that premium tutorial was beneficial to you. CFLT. Small options chain. Very small. February 18th. Wide spreads. Not that wide. It's not that wide. Premium is very high. So let's see. Where are we at? 60. 65s are... The bid is $1. The ask is $125. So if you can get in the middle somewhere. 1 week out. I don't think it's the worst play. You know how I feel about $1 contracts. Yeah. If you can reclaim the ADMA next week. Let's see what it looks like on the hourly. Have we hit a volume climax? Yeah. This is safe. I'd play this. I'm not going to, but it's just not my name. But look, you got what looks like an hourly climax, right? That candle right there dwarfs all the other candles. So the sell is in. Oh no, what I do? RSI is down to 28. What the hell did I do? Let's bring that back down. It's too big. Right? You got a double bottom into supply. Now it could be a bear flag. So you'd have to be prepared to cut under 58. But I think it's a decent risk to reward. 3-1 at least, right? Golden pockets at 73, 72. Watch this on the hourly, K-bar. You know, if you just want to watch how premium moves, spend a dollar. Find out how CLFT moves. But I don't think it's a terrible risk to reward play. I think if you spend a dollar, you can get back at least 5 if you get to the ADMA. You know, the 8's at 65. You get $65 calls at $1.12, $1.10 maybe if you can get it filled. I'd watch that. Put it on my whiteboard. Let's see. CLFT K-bar. I'll watch it. It's worth watching. Especially if that's the bottom. If that double bottom holds, then you're golden. It's 62 by next week. But I think all the sellers are out now. Just looking at this candle here, because I'm not sure what's left underneath there. 51, but it bounced every time from this region here. So, what else you guys got? Oh, you've been scooping shares. Not an easy market for options. You're right. You're right. I should have brought my. Where's the dog? Oh, there it is. I should have brought my spreads game this week if I wanted to do anything. Give me 1 second. The faucet's running. What else you guys watching? Let's see what NVIDIA does here. Hourly. Yeah, chop. Chop suey. And Q, not much different. Yeah, you guys are leaving. I don't blame you. There's not much going on. I'd leave too. In fact, I might probably go another 10 minutes. Make it an even hour. See what happens. Facebook is so interesting to me. It just screams 200 to me. Man. I mean, screams it. Can't play it though. Keep an eye on Amazon. Let's see what shot put premium looks like. I'll tell you this much. It'll be fun again when after the selling is done and we get to play bull again, because then the market's on autopilot. When the market gets back on autopilot, people are going to have mink furs in the summer. That's how much money people will make if you're disciplined. Can't blow your account up in the process. Can't do it. Stay solvent, man. I'm telling you, because it'll pay off. There's no reason to trade these conditions right now. not any swings. Maybe brush up on your scalps, play some XSP, some contracts with real money that'll only cost you $1. Not even $1. There's some out there that are 40 cents, 50 cents. And I say play XSP because the premiums are cheap and you're using actual money. I hate losing $1, like an actual dollar, like 100 pennies. I don't even like losing that. So that's, people always say you should paper trade, you should do this and that. I don't think you don't get the same emotion, the same feel from paper trading as you do with actual money, even if you're playing small contracts. Like, I'd much rather lose $40 learning than fake money, because I know what the emotions of losing actual $40 feels like. Like I said, I don't like losing $1. But I think that's the difference in paper trading and playing with real money. So if you're looking for a way to get better, a way to control your emotions when trading, especially in a slow time, trade XSP. Trade some of these names with, no, just trade XSP because it's an actual indice. I was going to say trade stuff like Space. Ooh, I haven't heard the name Space in a long time. No one trades Space anymore? How did it get to $8? Good Lord. I haven't typed that ticker in months. Yeah, I know you hate losing $1, Cage. We're cut from the same cloth. What the hell happened to Space? That's Chamath. That's what he gets. Sellout. They destroyed this. This thing was trading at $60. Yeah, $60. How long ago? July of last year. Now it's $8. It's a poo stock. It's worth nothing. Q's maybe rounding here. Still not a reason to go bull yet, but we'll see. What questions do you guys have for all 5 of you here? They don't have to be about, charts. They can be about mindset, psychology, be about anything. What's Roku doing today? 1 1/4. It's not much. I don't know. Chamath has disappeared like Jack Ma. Nah, he said some stuff about Uyghurs, and I think he went into a cave. It was a pretty insensitive comment, and really dumb. He must have been drunk. That's the only thing I can think of. Drunk or high. Because I don't think you say that stuff sober with, I don't know how many people were on that YouTube live, but I'd have to imagine a few 100,000. I don't think I'll ever get over seeing red in a trade, trying to train my mind to accept it. Go buy some XSP. You better get used to red. There are very few occasions where your trade will stay green the entire time. There are, I'll say 7 out of 10 times, the minute you enter a trade, especially if you're early, it's going red 10, 15, 20%. The key to getting over that is having a game plan. It is understanding your entry and your exit. and knowing when to cut. So let's find a trade. I'm glad you brought that up. So let's find a trade where your trade is invalidated. Remember when I was writing on TradingView, and I would always say I was very clear when I was posting on TradingView, this trade is invalid if it closes below here on the daily, XYZ, wherever it was. So if your trade plan is still valid, red doesn't mean anything. Let me see if I can find something on SPY. Oh, well, let's just use this. This was yesterday too. So SPY and QQQ look the exact same yesterday. Right? So we got, why does this look like this? Give me a second. My OCD won't let me, it won't let me live like this. I think I have this on 6%. Let's see. So 6% there. I'm going to turn these all the way off. All right, that's a start. Okay. So that looks similar. And QQQ. And QQQ on the hourly. So this is identical, right? Look at this. This is exactly the same. There's no difference. Right? They're moving the exact same. There's absolutely no difference. Big upper wick, big upper wick. Double top, double top. Lost the ADMA, lost the ADMA. Retest of the ADMA, retest of the ADMA. You got one retest here, that's fine, but you get what I'm saying. If you entered SPY 455s, right? We'll just say 455s. If you entered them yesterday on this big upper wick here, because that's how I trade, and they went red when you got up here, are you getting out? No. You know, you're looking at a smaller time frame. You're trying to see, is there volume that's going to push it up? No. So I got it. So what? I got a green close on the 15-minute here. You know, but it chopped around for the most part. You knew a drop was coming because you couldn't get big bull volume coming in. You didn't get one of these candles here. One of these, or hell, even one of these. You know, you didn't get one of these big volume bars, green volume bars. So no, you don't exit the trade on that. But you're red here, so you enter in on this on this maybe on the break here. So you're slightly green. You're slightly green here coming into the close of the hour. Say 10%, and then you're red. You're red 10% on this candle here on the hourly. But this is why I trade the hourly, because I give it time to develop. You know, give it time to develop. Set your stop above this wick here, and go outside. If your anxiety doesn't let you let trades develop, it could be two things. One, you're oversized. Maybe you have too much skin in the game. That's most traders actually. So you really only get anxiety and don't like trades going red when you have too much in it. Sam has the best video on the internet when it comes to mindset and psychology. You have to be okay with letting the trade go to zero. I think I watched that video maybe, I don't know, 40 or 50 times last year. And you know, you reduce position size, and you don't get squirmy when you went from, you know, plus 15% to down 10% on this, because there is no volume. Look at this bar. I can sit through this hourly candle and say, I'm not too scared. It didn't even get above average, right? And these are the conversations I have in my head when no one's here. But this is how I trade. You know, look at this candle here. This isn't going to scare me. Like, I'm not going to get faked out on this. One, because it didn't dwarf the candle before it, right? So it didn't overtake the candle before it in bear volume. So I'm definitely not getting out. So I'm at least going to wait for one more candle to close above the 80 MA before I consider cutting. So don't think about, being down 20%. Think about the trade and the plan that you have for it. You got in here, you got in on the break. You have a no volume pump above the 80 MA. No reason to cut it. And then you get a double top and then a flush. Traders do this every single day. Just imagine this being the 1 minute or the 2 minute, which is just an impossible way to trade for me. That's anxiety. It's uncertain, but people make a living off of that. Don't get faked out. Reduce your size, smaller contracts, and I know the premium is jacked right now, so it's hard to play smaller contracts, but maybe try XSP. But I say all that to say you don't have a reason to exit if you got in here. Even if you got in here, even if you're late, say you got in here, premium is jacked, but once you start losing the 80 MA, you test the low of this candle here. If I was late and if I was outside, if I was walking the dog or something, and I saw this big upper wick and a close here, and then we got to this candle here, and my entry is, okay, look, if we break this, I'm in the trade here at 454. I'm shooting for 450 contracts. And you can go back and do the same thing and look at what the premium was. Maybe do that this weekend and see how premium moves. Chart it that way as well. But my entry here maybe is the break of the previous candle, because it was a low volume pump and it didn't dwarf the candle before it with downside pressure. So, I'm still in the trade, theoretically. I swung it. I got in 455s and now we're at 447. I paid $1 for them. It's 300%. I'm $3 in the money. So, seeing red isn't a big deal as long as it's in line with your trade plan. And I know people talk about trade plans all the time, but they never tell you how to build a trade plan. They just tell you to stick to the trade plan. But I have very clear rules when I trade. And until they're invalidated, I'm 9 times out of 10 staying in the trade. So much FUD on Twitter about Russia and Ukraine and the administration. Follow FX Hedge and turn on notifications. You'll get a lot of news. I think he has a Bloomberg terminal. So all the news comes very quickly when you follow him and have notifications on. But it's every 15 minutes, Biden administration warns of Russian invasion of Ukraine is imminent. Says Russian military could take Kiev in 3 hours. You're more than welcome. We get FUD every morning. So. All right, guys. I think I'm going to make a smoothie. Come back next week, pack it up. Let's see if we can get better price action. A wider range. And if we're going to sell off, just sell off already, Let's get to the golden pocket. Thank you guys for tuning in. There'll be a weekly watch list. It probably won't change much. I'll try and look for some individual names that have done something this week, that have changed enough to make it worth putting on there. Still in the JPM trade. It's a very long swing. I typically don't even play long contracts like this, but those are up nicely. I think 80% or something like that. I try not to look. Fantastic. Well, you guys have a great weekend. If you are in LA, going to the Super Bowl or near the Super Bowl, be safe. Should be fun. And let's get back to it next week. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to share this, rewatch it if you missed the premium charting tutorial. Watch for Amazon here too, because this is an indication if the market's going to sell going into power hour or not. But otherwise, there's not much to watch. So keep an eye on that. Hourly, look at this real quick. Yeah, we're trapped under the ADMA. Big upper wicks. You're just creating lower highs and lower lows. Look at this. So, break low of day. Oh, that's not low of day, is it? Yeah, it would be low of day. 44.78, and it'll probably flush. So, if you're long, hedge. If you're short, stay short. You guys have a great weekend. I'll see you soon.